Any other question? The head of the family that has invited you has spoken.
Sir, what you're saying is a lie.
No. I have objection to that. He has spoken, and all further questions should be directed to him. Are you getting it?
You should not have allowed them.
Allow us to talk.
You should have brought them here now. You should have brought them.
We come before all well-meaning Nigerian, okay, and the world community at large to voice out our displeasure as to the gruesome murder, this inglorious killing of our brother in Taraba State, who went on the official duty of this beloved country that he has served in the capacity of 16 years or more. We vehemently speak against the perpetrators of this heinous act, the operative which are the Nigerian army. And we demand a very thorough investigation, not only by the Nigerian community, but international and independent body as well, so that justice should be truly served. We are all here. The reason we call this conference is for justice to be served. There's no other reason. There's no other purpose. Okay. This army that is charged with protecting the citizens of this country happen to be the same perpetrator at the helm of this heinous barbaric act. Our question is, who are these soldiers working for? Whose side are they on? And whose payroll are these military personnel? These and many more questions we demand answers to. Why was the kingpin kidnapper released? They have done their job, apprehended the kidnapper. On their way back to Abuja, the army operative unleashed barrages of fire. And it was in the hail of this gunshot that cut down all these gallant police officers. We demand to know why, and why the kidnapper was released. The elder brother to the cruelly murdered Inspector Mark Phillips Ediale last week in Taraba State. To my right is the wife of my late brother, Mrs. Olubunmi Phillips Ediale. So my further right is an elderly brother to Mark also, Pastor Paul Okonofwa, and to the extreme right is the least girl in the family of Ediale, Phillips Ediale, Miss Glory Phillips Ediale. Now, onto my left here is my brother-in-law, Mr. Godwin Ilobe. Next to him is, of course, his wife, which is my elder sister, Mrs. Iziegbe. Police officers were not only compromised, their life was equally cut short. This is an outrage, and we demand justice. The action has not only undermined the integrity of the law of the land, but has caused grief to the family members of the deceased officers. They were on active duty, that is Inspector Mark Phillips Ediale, my younger brother, and other, that swore to protect this country. His wife is now a widow. His daughter has been rendered fatherless, and the family is grieving, shattered by this inglorious act. This is an outrage. It must not longer go on. We therefore demand that the culprit be brought to justice, as the international body is watching. We demand this again. This is the reason why this press conference is called. Nothing will be swept under the carpet. We demand justice. Whoever the perpetrators may be, we want them to be brought to the fullest extent of the law of the land. If the Lord fails to do the needful, if the Lord fails to do the needful, if he fails to do the needful, we will resolve that it is an act of conspiracy. That must not happen. We, the family, demand justice to the fullest extent of the law. Anything short of this is a mockery of our democracy and the law of the land. The blood of these innocent officers, whose lives were aborted by the bullet from the same Nigerian army that was sworn to protect the country and its citizens, cry for justice. And if no justice is served, the blood will cry against the nation. The record of successful operation accomplished by Inspector Mark Phillips Ediale and his fellow officer is not only commendable, but enviable. So we ask, to deter further occurrence of this nefarious act, all hands must be on deck as we demand an expedited resolution of this matter. The whole world is watching. Thank you. Against what's going on in the country currently, particularly as it pertains to this family. We need to come out and voice our opinion, irrespective of whatever they are doing. We want the international body to get involved. So far, I don't think that has happened. Okay, if justice is to be truly served, we want an independent, okay, and a national body to be part of this investigation. It's not about compensation. I have never mentioned in my word that word. I said justice must be served, and it must be served to the fullest extent of the law.
I was working with the SAS team. The one that was killed is my younger sister's son.
He was working with
The SAS team, SAS. Yes.
What's his name, please?
Jide Owolabi.
Madam, he said he was working with SAS.
Yes.
What role? What's exactly?
She wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know that, sir. It's, working with SAS.
No, he's a police because he wasn't IRT. Okay, let's see.
Excuse me, please. I need to come in here.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I need to come in here. His name is Olajide Owolabi. I'm his uncle. He was among of the team. He was working with them. He has been moving with them for the past 2 years now. I'm sure of what I'm saying. And for them to call him a civilian, I totally disagree with Nigerian police.
Excuse me. We are not this press
Police and
conference.
civilians.
I want justice to be done to people that did this to my husband.